Going?
How are you?
I'm good.
Hey, Mac, with you, Tua, Jalen all starting this week, can you just take us back to your 2 years together and things that you were able to learn from being in that room with those guys?
Yeah, I think just when you look back on it, like you said, it's pretty cool. We were all pretty close, and we were just there to help each other. And yeah, I guess that's kind of in the past, and we're all kind of doing our own thing now. But they all play the position really well, and they move on from their mistakes and they focus on what they have to do. So I learned from them, and hopefully they learned something from me. But yeah, I mean, it was however many years ago, and I think there's a lot of progress to be made.
It's inevitable that at some point you must give some consideration to the fact that you're in the position that a quarterback who was here for 20 years also was in. Do you consider Tom Brady's legacy here as pressure or an opportunity because of the standard he set?
Yeah, I think obviously he's a great player, and yeah, the word standard kind of hit me there because we all want to play to that standard, the Patriot way, and really it comes down to just doing your job. So as a quarterback, that's leading the people around me as best I can, and that's also executing the play. So hand it off or throw it. It's pretty much how it comes down to.
Have you reflected on it even once? Because he's been really good.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I mean, he definitely did a good job, and I've when I first got here, just watching tape, I've watched all the quarterbacks. So obviously he was on there, and he did a really good job, and hopefully I can do a good job too.
Are you expecting any nerves with the
Yeah.
first game? Just
Yeah.
it would be normal, not.
Yeah,
not to.
I think I'd be doing the wrong thing if I wasn't. But I think nerves are a good thing, but you can always be nervous, but you can't play nervous. So I've always said that. Just play. It's my first time out there, but at the same time, we've all been playing for a long time, and it's all of us together. So it's really not just a one-man show at all. It takes all 11 people, and I just gotta really just focus and just do my job in each play and just take it play by play.
Mac, you mentioned the standard.
You mentioned the standard, Mac.
A big thing that Bill Belichick has said for a while is, quarterback, two most important things, accuracy and decision making. How much have they drilled that into you, and how much pride do you take in that being a positive aspect of your game?
Yeah, I think those two things are really important as a quarterback. Just get the ball to the open guy, and also where you want to put it, especially in the NFL and stuff. You just got to put it in the right spot. It could be a difference of 6 inches, and obviously you want to try and practice that. And all the receivers have run really good routes, and obviously you need time to get the ball to the open guy. So it always kind of plays out, and you can't overthink it. You just go out there and throw it, and hopefully you've had so many reps that it goes your way because it's just muscle memory.
Matt, what does it mean to get this opportunity this Sunday, and how much are you looking forward to making your first career NFL start?
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity. It's just something that you always want to try and when you're young you want to play in the NFL, and obviously it's a great opportunity, and I just got to be prepared and focus on what I need to focus on and just try and block out any distractions and just like I always say, be a good teammate, just roll with the punches. Everything's not going to be perfect, and you're just trying to have to play each play and move on, and just listen to Josh and coach and just make sure we're good, and we just play each series.
Trent just told us a story a few minutes ago, Trent Brown, that
Yeah.
every once in a while in practice a play won't go as it's drawn up.
Yeah.
It won't go perfectly, and before any coaches say anything, you may say to everybody else, hey, let's do it again.
Yeah.
Have you had to learn to have that kind of approach at your position? Is that something that's innate to you? How do you carry yourself or how have you come to carry yourself that way in the field?
Yeah, I think practice, especially, like, you kind of have a picture of how it's supposed to go in your head, and you want everything to be perfect, and it's not always going to be perfect, especially in the games, but sometimes I'll mess something up and I'll be like, dang, let's just run that back, even if it was one little thing, just to make sure we're good on it. And the goal is to not have to do that at all, but it happens, and yeah, it's part of practice. So practice, you want to close the gap on perfect. So if we can try and get it exactly how we want it, that's what we're going to do.
But it sounds like you were being, or you can be, pretty demanding.
Yeah.
Even though you're a relatively young guy still.
Yeah.
Is that why are you comfortable with being that way?
Yeah, I think, like I said, just if something goes wrong, in a drive or something, you can't fix it in the game, but in practice you can fix it, and you just got to identify what the real problem was and talk it through, or hey, let's get that again, because you're not mad, but you almost just want to just do it right to get that muscle memory or whatever it may be. And yeah, I've been that way. I try to get it perfect, but it's not going to be perfect every time. So.
Matt, you talked a lot about problems, and what do you envision looking at Sunday making your debut for the Dolphins as being the kind of biggest problems you'll be presented with during the game?
There's a lot of things that can happen, and at the end of the day, it just comes back to execution and trying to just focus on each play, and every play is going to present a different issue, and I'm just going to trust what I've been taught and just go from there and just focus on communication is a big thing, and just talk it out, and we'll figure it out as it goes along.
Matt, how would you describe your drive to succeed? I mean, Trent Brown said you were really intense. So how driven are you, I guess?
I'm driven. It comes down to honestly winning and having fun. So just if we can do those things, if you know what to do, you can put yourself in a position to have success, and then it becomes fun. So that's kind of what it all comes down to, is just 11 guys coming together on a given play and doing it right, and then from there you just stack the plays up and have a good drive, then you have a good quarter, then you have a good game. So it's more about just coming together as a unit, and that's where my drive comes from, is just doing the right thing, just being prepared and figuring out what I can do to help the team.
Mac, by definition, a rookie's kind of green and feeling his way and sometimes gets hazed or whatever, and yet by definition a QB is the leader and you're forcefully moving that team. How do you square those two, being so young and put in such a big position, a big moment under the bright lights?
Yeah, I think just when you're a rookie, you just have to earn your respect, and I try to do that every day. But yeah, when you're young, whether you're in college or in the NFL, you just got to go in and work, and then you earn the respect of your coaches, teammates, everyone in the whole organization or team, and you try to do that every day, and it's a daily grind and a daily battle, and it's not anything you did in the past or anything you're going to do in the future. It's just what you're doing today, so you just got to focus, and whether that's picking one thing to get better at or whatever you want to work on that day, just try to do it, and eventually you'll stack up days.
We've seen you get thrown into a lot of 2-minute situations, get in practice or in games. Kendrick Bourne said that it's almost like the moment that he knew. He said, everything's going fast, but Max slows it down. Is that the comfort in what you're doing, the confidence in what you're doing? Where does that come from in those moments?
Yeah, I think it comes from being well prepared. So I've been taught what to do in those situations here, and that's something that I've noticed is we do spend a good amount of time on those type of things, and your job as a quarterback is to communicate what's being said verbally, and then just go from there and run the play that you're supposed to run. So you got to stay calm. 2-minute drives is not everyone on our team or anything, but the crowd's into it and stuff or whatever, and it's a high pressure situation, but that's when you just go back and trust your training.
Hey, Mac, you said that you prepared yourself to be a starter all along, but once you got the news that you were starting and the roster, moves unfolded as they did, and you're the leader of this offense, can you describe what it's been like and kind of the building sense of urgency as this week has gone along with the game now just a few days away?
Yeah, I think getting the information that we got in that meeting and stuff, it's just all about moving forward and focusing on that day. So that day we had practice, and you go out there and practice just like any other day. And the next day we have practice, and you do it again. So it kind of just, I know I say this all the time, but it's just a daily thing, and it's hard because you want to look into the future or think about the past, and you just have to focus on today. And today I think we did well in practice, but there's always little things to pick up on and improve, and every day we just have to get better. So.
As you've studied the Dolphins, what have you observed from the variety of looks that they present to you defensively?
Yeah, I think they do a really good job. Last year they were really good on defense and turnovers and on third down and stuff. So obviously it's a similar system and stuff. But I mean, it's a new year, so they're going to bring different things, and they do a great job. They're well coached, they're aggressive, and they're going to give us their best looks, and it's going to make us better too. So we're just looking forward to going against a really, really good defense. Cool. Thanks. See y'all.